they are inconvenient impositions on all powerful authorities long before they become adults or even school children. Otherwise, we will have no control over them. Divine greetings, African royals, wherever you are. Princes, princesses, kings and queens. Welcome again to another episode of W4W Book Reading series. Reading for Enlightenment and Awareness. We are currently reading from the Handbook of Human Ownership, a manual for new tax farmers, and we are now at chapter 12. However, let's pause a bit and give a warm welcome to our new subscribers. We truly thank you for joining us, and if this is your first time, please make sure to check out the previous episodes and the chapters we have already covered after you finish watching or listening to this episode. So you can be fully caught up with the rest of us. Remember to subscribe and share the session if you haven't already done so others can partake of these fruit nuggets. And also remember to click the notification bell so you are notified when we upload a new episode. In the last episode, we covered chapter 11 where we learned how the human farm is structured around children and how the tax farmers view them as valuable resources to the human livestock. In today's episode, we will be going a little bit deeper down into the rabbit hole to get some more insight as to how children are planted on the tax farm so that the tax farmer can grow and reap more power, as we will learn in chapter 12, the author subtitled Never, Never Land. I do hope that you are well geared up to learn something new today. But before we head on down into today's reading, a quick disclaimer. We might be reading from this book, but it don't mean that we endorse the book or the author. We are just reading for knowledge and enlightenment. Alright? Alright. And remember, this is a spiritual mission with our ancestors as our guiding light. And remember, you can always download a free copy of this book at freedomainreader.com so you can read and follow along with us. With that said, grab your notebooks, grab your highlighters and your pens, and let's go open up our eyes some more in this episode. Chapter 12. Never, never land. Imagine a world in which almost all children were raised peacefully. There would be no criminals, no police, no soldiers, no politicians, or others with a bottomless lust for power. No bullying in the workplace, no white-collar predations on the general wealth, no assault, no rape, no murder, no theft, no drug abuse, no smoking, no alcoholism, no eating disorders, no pedophilia, far fewer mental and physical health issues, very little divorce, promiscuity, or infidelity, since all these dysfunctions can be directly traced back to early childhood traumas. Open the catch the nuggets and make that soak in. What need would such a world have for rulers? That is the world we can never allow to come into existence. Anything we can do to traumatize children serves the hierarchical violence of our power. Getting kids into daycare is a great start, since daycare makes children continually ill, exposes them to the wild aggressions of dozens of other children, destroys the one-on-one time that children need for bonding and emotional maturity. Daycare kids remain insecure, unbonded with a consistent caregiver, since teacher turnover is so high, and end up inevitably placing more emphasis on peer relationships than they do on adult caregiver relationships, including their parents. These peer relationships among kids inevitably devolve to the lowest common denominator, with bullies and manipulators and the physically attractive rising to the top, and the sensitive and intelligent and empathetic hiding under tables. Children quickly perceive that adult attention is almost always negative. In other words, that they themselves are negative, serving only to increase the stress of their caregivers. Due to the shortage of time and resources, conflicts between children are rarely resolved in a just manner, but merely with separation and mutual punishment, which breaks the child's natural desire for integrity and virtue, and places all the power in the fists of those empty and dangerous children who do not fear retribution. Make that so key. Make that so key. Let's continue. When the stressed out parent comes to pick up the child from daycare, the child feels further devalued, knowing that he is just another source of aggravation for his parent. Quote unquote, just get in the car. Aye, sir. The practical necessities of child raising are then compressed into a very short and taxing time, which no one really enjoys. Parents are short-tempered and impatient. Children are stressed and unhappy, and then the whole thing starts all over again when the alarm bells go off the next morning. Children have to feel herded and controlled by impatient adult caregivers long before we get a hold of them in schools. Otherwise, our whole system will fall apart. Children have to feel that they are inconvenient impositions on all-powerful authorities long before they become adults or even school children. Otherwise, we will have no control over them. Children have to feel grateful for whatever crumbs of attention and consideration fall their way, and learn to live on very little. Otherwise, they will never grow up with the desperate hunger that can only be filled by conformity, patriotism, sports addictions, religions, and other superstitions. We plant children, we grow power. Here ends chapter 12. Open and catch the nuggets. Open and catch the nuggets. And give thanks to those who are still here with us. Chapter 13 coming up. Rule by adjective. See ya. So, we've reached the end of today's episode, and thanks again for listening, and I do hope that you learned something new today. If you find this series educational and informative, please subscribe and join us as we continue, reading towards the global awakening and enlightenment of our people. A mammoth task, but it can be done. And again, please be reminded that not because we read a book here means that we are in agreement with the philosophies of the author or the context of the book. We are simply reading to become more knowledgeable about things we didn't know about but should. If it exists, then why shouldn't we know that it do? Just simply that. Give thanks again, and thanks for stopping by. See you in the next episode. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and drop your analysis in the comment section, whether you read the book already or you're just reading the book with us. Your comments are welcome, okay? Give thanks.